This is blue collar, hard work, okay? If this is football, we're not doing a spread offense cutesy. We're doing right up the middle. The farthest we're gonna run outside is off tackle. We're coming at you. We're telling you we're gonna run. I'm gonna run right over you. That's how we do it.
All day. Oh! There you go, right there, perfect. There you go.
So what we did today is bench press with eccentric hooks, or I used to call them weight releasers when I was trying to become the youngest person to bench press 600 pounds. So what it does is, obviously the weight's on the hook, as you can see there. As you come down, it hits the ground, it releases, and you can lift the weight back up. So in layman's terms, what this means is you can lower more than you can lift up. So you can do more in eccentric than you can in concentric. How much is sort of up in debate. Like, so a lot of textbooks will say anywhere from 15 to all the way as much as like 70% more. It's going to depend a little bit on each individual, but the bottom line is you can do more in eccentric than you can in concentric. So for strength training, what I did is in my quest is I would go, say, like if I was going like the training to do a 600 pound bench press, I might do something like 560, add 120 pounds of extra weight on there and lower the weight down, but I do it at normal speed of drop. I blast it up as fast as I can, because you're also loading that eccentric too, so you're making a powerful stretch reflex there once you actually get used to it. So that's how you do for powerlifting. You're lowering it at like more normal speed. Obviously, for someone that just brings it down really fast, you have to do a little caution there, but someone like me that brought down the bar at a fairly slow speed, it worked very well for getting a great overload. And I think also it's one of the reasons I had a more developed chest than a lot of powerlifters is because of that. So that being said, this we're talking about today for hypertrophy. So what we did with Kyle is Kyle's max on the bench press right now is 315. So we put 275 pound bar weight there. That's slightly under 90% there, and we actually loaded an extra 100 pounds on there, and he was able to handle that very easily. So he did 275 plus 50 pounds on each side of the eccentric hook or weight releaser, and he lowers it for 10 seconds on the way down. So 10-second tempo, and as they release at the bottom, he blasts it back up concentrically as hard as he can. So what you're doing there for bodybuilding purposes is that we've emphasized and we've beaten a dead horse with this point. But if you want to maximally develop muscularity, you're going to have to eccentrically overload at some point. And a lot of times, people are thinking they're eccentrically overloading, and because they're doing maybe like a 3-second negative or something. Like, that's all good stuff, and we've talked about that to enhance the mind-muscle connection. I'm all for it. However, to truly eccentrically overload the muscle, to maximize hypertrophy, just nasty ass big hypertrophy, you have to really overload these eccentrics, okay? So again, these 275, 100 pounds of eccentric on there, release at the bottom, 10-second negative, do that for 6 singles. So if this is for you now, what you can do is put on your bar weight, like, so say what your max is, anywhere from like 85 to almost as high as 90% of what you can lift for one repetition, okay? Then you're going to put an extra 20% or so of let's all approximate about 20% of actually on the eccentric hooks, 10-second negatives, let it release, then blast it up as concentrically as possible, because the overload doesn't end with that heavy eccentric. You have to fight tooth and nail. It's going to want to crush you on the way down, and you have to fight it or you will get crushed. But it's not going to end there. I want you to blast that up as high as possible. Compensatory acceleration training from point A to point B as forcefully as possible, and you will get maximum overload. You will get big. You will get strong. This is not just some kind of fancy pants, like scientific, cutesy kind of thing. This is blue collar, hard work, okay? If this is football, we're not doing a spread offense cutesy. We're doing right up the middle. The farthest we're going to run outside is off tackle. We're coming at you. We're telling you we're going to run. I'm going to run right over you. So where do you get these? I'm not actually sure. I bought these from Louis Simmons of Westside Barbell many years ago. These are the same eccentric hooks or weight releasers I used back then. So if anybody has any idea or knows where you can currently purchase them, by all means post a link in the comments. We'd love to help anybody out that wants to use these. So please help.
All day. Oh! There you go, right there, perfect.